What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 209 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys are not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. What is your favorite deck from GOAT format? Let me know down in the comments below. And speaking of GOAT format, today's video, we actually have something very unique, something very interesting for today's video. And we have some new Monarch support. Yeah, you heard me right. Monarchs are back in the meta, and it's weird. It's weird because the Monarchs, when they were first released in, I think in sets like what was it? I think in sets like Soul, what was it? Soul of the Duelist, Rise of Destiny, and Flaming Eternity. Excuse me, and Flaming Eternity, and several other sets during the GX era, and even also, with the release of the Monarch structure, and also in the Monarch structure deck, Monarchs didn't. I mean, it did see a lot of play over time, but eventually, because the deck now had become so slow, there really wasn't any way to make the deck powerful enough to combat against the current format. But I think with these 5 new cards, is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, with these 5 new cards, honestly, maybe the Monarchs could make its way back into the meta, but we will have to wait and see. But let's kick things off with Eidos, the Underworld Monarch. Which is a 6-star dark spellcaster with 2400 attack, 1000 defense, and funny enough, they actually fall under the targets fall on the targets of Witch of the Black Forest, which is very funny. And all 3 of the effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Monarch spell trap or a monster with 2800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck or grave to your hand. Second effect reads: you can declare 1 attribute. A face-up monster on the field becomes that attribute. Third effect reads: if you tribute summon a monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense while this card is in your grave, you can either add this card to your hand or special summon it. Honestly, this is not bad. This is a really good way to add cards like Caius the Mega Monarch, and being able to bring it out really easily is actually kind of cool. Plus, it's also it's basically your Stratos, if you will, for the whole deck, which is actually kind of sick. And it also has built-in Monster Reborn for itself, which is pretty sick. Next up, we have Tessera, the Prime Squire. Which is a 1-star light warrior with 800 attack, 1000 defense, and all 3 of its effects are all once per turn. The first effect reads: you can reveal 1 Monarch spell or trap in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads, during your main phase, you can after this effect resolves, tribute summon a monster. Third effect reads, if this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon a monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Interestingly enough, the Monarchs, they don't really require much of an extra deck anyway, simply because of the fact that this is more of an anti-meta strategy, and it basically ensures that your opponent can't really summon anything at all, depending on how you build your Monarch deck. Like I've seen Monarch decks where they've implemented cards like Dimensional Barrier, not Shadow Spell, excuse me, where they've used cards like Vain Betrayer, which works with Xyz monsters, non-fusion area, which I believe is the continuous spell that prevents fusion summoning. There have been quite a few crazy cards, even also cards like Tikaboo. There could be only one. Goes in Match, Rivalry. There's been a lot of really interesting floodgate cards that people have used in their Monarch decks to basically ensure that the opponent can't really do a whole lot with their deck. So the only thing that they can do is just pass. Is just draw their card, summon a monster or something, and then just pass their turn, which is pretty crazy. But not only that, this card basically acts as a Cyber Dragon, which is pretty insane, and you're also allowed to tribute summon as well. So if you had already committed to your normal summon, this card essentially gives you a second normal summon, which is really good, and it can help bring out pretty much any of the 6-star Monarchs, the 5-star Monarchs, or even also the Mega Monarchs as well, to help you just push for lethal, which is really insane. Next up, we've got Scheme of the Monarchs, which is a normal spell, and the second effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads, send one Monarch spell or trap from your deck to the grave except this card. Second effect reads, if this card becomes banished, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, add a monster with 2400 attack and 1000 defense, and the same attribute from your deck or grave to your hand. Then, after this effect resolves, you can normal summon a Zaborg the Thunder Monarch, Mobius the Frost Monarch, the Stalos the Firestorm Monarch, Grandmark the Rock Monarch, Rise of the Storm Monarch, or Caius the Shadow Monarch. So you can literally summon out Zaborg, Mobius, the Stalos, Grandmark, Ryza, or Caius from your hand, which is absolutely insane. Plus, also, this is also Fool's Burial Goods. This basically acts as a Fool's Burial Goods, so you can send Prime. You can basically send Prime Monarch to the grave, and you basically have yourself a monster right then and there, which is really cool. Next up, we've got Rebellion of the Monarchs. Excuse me. Which is a normal spell, and both of its effects are also once per turn. The first effect reads, you can discard one card. You cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of the turn. Also reveal 3 monsters with 800 or 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense from your deck. Your opponent chooses one for you to add to your hand and send the rest to the grave. Basically, it's similar to Painful Choice. So hypothetically speaking, you could literally do three Tessera, or you can do a Tessera and Eidos the Underworld Monarch plus a Eidos the Underworld Squire, and you basically have yourself full combo, which is just absolutely wild. So again, this is basically painful choice on steroids, which is crazy. Second effect reads: you can banish the card from your grave, special summon a monster with 800 attack and 1,000 defense from your hand. I mean, it's a free body. Not much to say about that. Now for the final card, and it is known as Culmination of the Monarchs. So I'm assuming that this might be the last batch of the Monarch cards that we could be expecting. I know that the lore dates all the way back to 2004, 2005 when the Monarchs were first announced, but this will be interesting. Anyway, so Culmination is a continuous trap, and the effect reads as follows: If your opponent special summons a monster you control a tribute summoned monster, you can banish one Monarch spell trap from your grave, then activate one of these effects. But you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. Destroy one monster on the field, destroy up to 2 spell traps on the field, discard a random card from your opponent's hand, destroy a set card, place one card on the field on top of the deck, banish one card on the field. Okay, think about this, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 different effects. So you basically have yourself a trap hole, a twin twister, a dust tornado, a confiscation, and a cosmic cyclone. Literally, that is 6 different effects in one continuous trap. Again, as I said, trap hole. There we go. The damn ads on my phone do not want to go away permanently. Anyway, think about this. Again, as I said, trap hole, twin twister, confiscation, dust tornado, back to square one, and a cosmic cyclone. Those were literally 6 of the most powerful cards during the days of Go format. And the funny thing is, Cosmic Cyclone wasn't even around during the days of Go format. In fact, Cosmic Cyclone was released back in 2016, so it's about it's about a decade old, which is insane. Which is absolutely crazy. I will say, the new Monarch support is actually kind of sick. The only problem is that you're probably not going to be seeing these cards get played at all in 2025, just because of the fact that we're at a point now where the games are so fast. The Monarch deck is just way too slow to keep up. So with these new cards, I highly doubt that it'll be that it'll ever come up. Sure, it could come up at the level of a YCS or something, but as far as Worlds or Nationals or Regionals or perhaps UDS, I don't think it's possible. But we will have to wait and see. Only time will tell. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, be sure to follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below. as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.